Good morning. My name is Michael Savell. I'm a student at Auburn University in the Healthcare Policy and Ethics for the Nurse Leader program. I want to speak to you very briefly this morning about drug prices and the ethical responsibilities of major pharmaceutical companies. One of the largest sectors of the U.S. healthcare market is pharmaceutical drugs. Pharmaceutical companies make up 17% of the total healthcare market. And that number equates to about $425 billion in prescription drug sales annually. Americans have come to trust pharmaceutical companies over the past few decades. Pharmaceutical companies have done great things to eradicate disease, such as smallpox, polio, measles, mumps. Basically, people trust pharmaceutical companies. They're living longer, their quality of life is better. The drugs are out there to treat chronic and acute problems. And a lot of people are wondering why these prescription drug prices continue to rise. With the trust that pharmaceutical companies have built over the past century, people have come to question why they are feeling such a strain based on these drug prices. Why does it cost so much to bring these different pharmaceuticals to market? For instance, some pharmaceutical company released a hepatitis C treatment a few years back for $40,000 a treatment. I know a lot of people remember Mylan was the company that had the EpiPen. The EpiPen in a period of 6 months increased in price over 500%. People want to believe in big pharma. They want to see improvements in healthcare, but they don't want to have healthcare take up such a massive portion of their pocketbook to where they can't afford to live otherwise. As far as target audiences, pretty much anyone who has anything to do with healthcare is the target of this audience. If you take a prescription drug every day, which is currently 3 out of 5 Americans, or if you live in a home with someone who's taking prescription drugs, or if you are currently paying for healthcare in America or health insurance in America, then you are the target audience of this particular discussion because this affects you greatly. An article in the Washington Post recently came out that said that Big Pharma had increased their prices and increased their sales by 10% in the past decade. So new prescription drugs are on the market, prices are going up, and people want to know why. The problem that we're looking at here is twofold. One, pharmaceutical companies are still allowed to come to market with 5 to 12-year patents. And two, pharmaceutical companies are no longer basing the prices of drugs on the cost of goods sold. Instead, they're basing it on speculation from what long-term forecasts are determining the price of the drugs are worth. So the problem that we're going to focus on today is patents. Basically, the FDA allows the drug companies to come to market with a protective patent for 5 to 12 years. This was set up originally to protect drug companies for their initial investment moving forward into the marketplace. It kept other companies, competitors, from coming to the marketplace and reproducing their products and being able to put them on the market at a same price or a lesser price without the company having the opportunity to recoup their initial investment. Well, in today's market, the drug companies are no longer doing the research and tech that they were doing in the past. Instead, they're buying a lot of their tech from universities or small startup bio companies. So they don't have that initial investment anymore. They're also still being protected in the marketplace. The problem with this is that there's no checks and balances on the system of business. There's several different options to resolve this problem. One option would be for the U.S. government to come in and take over pharmaceutical prices, much like they did with healthcare. There you end up with a program much like the Affordable Care Act, where we didn't see the best results. It turned out to be a very bumpy road, and it might not be the best alternative. Another alternative would be what they call reference pricing, international reference pricing, where the United States and its neighboring countries would basically average the price of their pharmaceuticals, and a drug would be based on its average price over 3 or 4 neighboring countries instead of just a one set U.S. price. But the problems with options 1 and 2 is that the lobbyists in America are never going to allow this to happen. A reasonable option seems to be to get rid of the patent process. If we can get rid of the big pharmaceutical companies being able to use these patents, then it will open up more competition in the marketplace. It will force the big pharmaceutical companies to compete. Therefore, it will lower prices, and it will improve technology. It will also allow more room for startup companies to improve in the marketplace. If we can go in and get rid of the different patent laws, then pharmaceutical sales should improve in America, the quality of care should improve, and the price should come down. Thank you.